Hey guys, Mike with the Kitchen Angle podcast. I just want to show much appreciation to some brand new listeners I've noticed that's been listening on the show. I've got new listeners from Morocco, some listeners from the country of France, as well as Poland. So thank you very much for joining the Kitchen Angle nation of this podcast. And thank you very much. It's always a great pleasure and privilege on my behalf to see brand new listeners to the show. So very much appreciation and welcome to the Kitchen Angle army of this podcast. So much love to all my brand new listeners out there. And you can always find me on Facebook at The Kitchen Angle, on Twitter at Angle_show, or anywhere you find a podcast such as Google, Spotify, Apple, or just basically Google The Kitchen Angle, and my show will pop right up on Google. So much love, much appreciation. Thanks, guys. The Kitchen Angle Show. A Jersey native. Home of everything and anything. Your host, Mike.
Mr. President, two questions about a couple of things you've tweeted about in the last few days. Were you meaning to criticize Vice President Biden for wearing a mask yesterday? And can you explain why you've been tweeting about a conspiracy theory that has been proven to not be true?
Biden can wear a mask, but he was standing outside with his wife, perfect conditions, perfect weather. They're inside, they don't wear masks, and so I thought it was very unusual that he had one on, but I thought that was fine. I wasn't criticizing him at all. Why would I ever do a thing like that? And your second question was? I couldn't hear you. Can you take it up because I cannot hear you?
I'll just speak louder, sir.
Okay, good. You want to be politically correct. Go ahead.
No, sir, I just want to wear the mask.
Go ahead.
The second question was about your tweets about the woman who died, who you're suggesting that Joe Scarborough was responsible.
Yeah, a lot of people suggest that, and hopefully someday people are going to find out. It's certainly a very suspicious situation, very sad and very suspicious.
Hey guys, welcome to the Kitchen Angle Show. That's you just heard a clip here of the president basically getting attacked again by the mainstream media. You know, it's never attack. Always. We all know that this president will probably go down as one of the only presidents in American history that's gotten attacked so much by the mainstream media. It's really sad. Really sad. You know, President Trump wasn't trying to be bashful. He wasn't trying to be, arrogant or anything like that. But basically, you heard him. You just simply couldn't hear the people, when they're talking. One of the reporters, most of the reporters, the other day were wearing masks. I think that's the new common norm now here in this country is everybody wearing masks. I have a lot of heated opinions on the so-called mask here in America, but we'll get to that later in today's show. You probably want to hear that because my topics are usually very, very heated, and they should be because this country is going through a meltdown of epic proportions that we've never seen before, unprecedented proportions, so to speak. But basically, the president just basically couldn't hear the reporter. Told the reporter nicely. It wasn't abrupt or anything like that, but just basically said nicely, to basically take the masks off. And the reporter was, just basically being arrogant, and, no, I'll wear the mask, but, politically correct. I think President Trump was rightful to say that in his own aspect. But we're going to move along here. because I don't want to talk about fake news because that's all CNN, and basically the whole mainstream media is nothing but fake news. They deliver the point, but then they twist it in their own blend, So with that being said, welcome to today's show. Happy Wednesday to everyone. We're just about almost towards the end of May. Month went by real quick, didn't it? It was like felt like yesterday I woke up, it was like May 1st. Now it's just about at the end of the month. We're looking May 27th already. Jeez, almost June. Oh boy, what does that mean, folks? We are only a short amount of months from the general election. So yes, another 5.5 months to be exact, and there is a lot of battle going right on with the general election here. A lot of rumors saying it's going to be postponed. A lot of rumors are now questioning this whole mail-in ballots. The mail-in ballots, right? The mail-in ballots. I want to talk about mail-in ballots here on today's show because it's going to be probably one of today's heated topics, so to speak. With the mail-in ballots of this year's election, because the mail-in ballots, no one knows exactly for sure how the voting process is going to be working with this whole coronavirus pandemic, epidemic, whatever the hell you want to call it. I think. To be honest with you, it's going to be very interesting, very, very interesting to see what's going to go down in this year's election. Are we going to see more mail-in ballots rather than in-person voting with the so-called social distancing in place? Are they going to roll out still in-person voting, where you actually go to your ballot location in your district or wherever you live in the country? And are they going to set up, you have to stay 6 feet away from one another? I mean, to be honest with you folks, this whole social distancing thing is getting to be a little bit overhyped. It really is. We're now seeing, just in here, some top stories that are basically buzzing the headlines here. And you'll probably only hear this on this podcast, and I'm sure other podcasts out there. Mainstream will never announce this or pretty much show this on their airways because it's not good for mainstream media because it makes them look bad, quote unquote, so to speak, right? But this is buzzing here on top stories here on the Kitchen Angle podcast here. Mail-in ballots delays in Maryland threaten statewide, primary activists say. The statewide primary in the state of Maryland, is seeing a lot of delays in their mail-in ballots, just in their primaries. What does that say for Maryland? Maryland, in the last few years, have been known to be a swing state, such as other states like Florida, even the state of Georgia, currently where I live, has been known as a swing state. So will that affect other swing states? Possibly. It could affect other swing states. It could also, can put a big delay on the election this year. So it's going to be very, very, very interesting this November for the general election. Like I said, are they going to use mail-in ballots? Are they going to put in-person voting? Are we going to see social distancing take place with the in-person voting? Will social distancing be a big take a big impact on the the in-person voting. Never can tell, right? No one knows. No one knows. Like I said, this is history, folks. This is stuff that we probably would have never imagined during our lifetime. But with that being said, folks, we have a lot of more stories here on the kitchen angle here, and we'll be right back after these words. Hey guys, if you're out there trying to look for a new product, a natural product, you want to get off the strong medications, the strong everything in this crazy world today we live in. Look no further than HempWorks. HempWorks, what is it? Guys, it's a natural supplement. It's healthy for your body. It's through the natural blend of marijuana, but basically, it's crazy to say that, but HempWorks is actually legal, folks. You can buy it in stores, online stores, everywhere. Basically what it is an oil type of formula that you can basically spread all over your body. I'm telling you what, folks, this stuff works like wonders. It really does. It's a tremendous product. And I'm telling you what, I use it myself for things that, sometimes I go through, like headaches and just everyday stress levels. You apply it on your forehead, boom. God, it's like a miracle. I call it the miracle pill, so to speak. But it's oil based, and I tell you what, guys, that headache goes away within minutes. Try HempWorks. Just log on to HempWorks.com. You can Google it, HempWorks, HempWorx. Make sure you put the X at the end. So it's HempWorks. Google that right now, guys. I'm telling you what, there's, so many different products on their page that you can, you can scroll through, look at it, see if it's the right product for you first. And I'm telling you what, guys, this product, you're going to love it. They stand by their money too. So, Google HempWorks today, guys. You'll love it. Okay, folks, welcome back to the show here. Lost of words. Sorry. I had to take a little break here. For those who's just joining in, welcome to today's show. Happy Wednesday. Today we're talking about a lot of topics. My main topic I'm talking about right now is mail-in ballot frauds and how the mail-in ballots could be a big impact on this year's general election. With the whole coronavirus, COVID-19 pandemic, epidemic, whatever you want to call it, scenario that's basically being placed here in America. We may see a lot of mail-in ballots taking place as it's becoming a very, very heated subject on a lot of top stories today here in the nation. And also on the Kitchen Angle podcast, getting a lot of listeners, a lot of even my followers on Facebook and Twitter, getting a lot of tweets saying, Mike, what is your scenario or what is your opinion or your feedback on the mail-in ballots? Mail-in ballots, I can't agree with anymore with President Trump. I think he's right. I think mail-in ballots don't really show a positive role with the general election. They're good in one way and they're good in another bad way. A good way, they're good for people that are elderly, that people that do have a big impact on the election, which is mainly elderly people and people of high intelligence. And I mean, nothing against other people, young people or anything like that. But, in the last, I want to say maybe 20 years, the elderly have taken a big impact on general elections. They see people of that age bracket usually see agendas and topics to be, a little bit more crystal clear than the younger people. So, that is the good way for mail-in ballots. The bad way of it is it can promote a lot of fraud. I mean, we've seen over the years last administration, the administration before that. I mean, people go as far as, using dead people that don't even exist anymore in this world just to get their vote in. We've seen states try to have illegals in this country basically use the mail-in ballot system. So in a way, the president's right. Okay, but he's getting criticized. Of course, he's going to get criticized. He's going to get criticized all the time for it because he's Trump. Ever since he taken, oath of office in 2016, they've criticized this president so much. They tried to bring this president down so much in the last 3 years, going on 4 now, that it is literally unprecedented. Like I said, you will probably never see another president get so much heat like President Donald J. Trump. And it's very sad. It's very sad because I have no idea why this president gets so much heat and so much criticism when he has done nothing but good for this country. Basically built an economy for this country that this country has never seen before. Brought back jobs that past administrations, presidential administrations, have told people that it was impossible to have these jobs in this country. It was impossible to have a strong industrial part of that field of work in this country. It was impossible to have car manufacturers be brought back into this country. It was impossible. It was impossible. It was impossible. We heard that for 8 to 10 straight years. And as soon as Donald J. Trump got into office, what'd you see? You see promise after promise after promise after promise delivered. And, that's what the swamp of Washington hates. They hate seeing results because that's all this president is given is positive results. Positive results. And for somebody to get attacked at that level for just delivering positive results is a sham. It really is. It's a sham. Now, I want to get back into the mail-in ballot topic here. Fact checked. Yeah. Now that's what it seems. Social media and other platforms such as CNN. We all know what CNN stands for, of what I call it, the Crooked News Network. The Crooked News Network, CNN, has fact-checked Trump, saying Trump falsely claims California is sending mail-in ballots to undocumented immigrants. So, they fact-checked Trump saying that, Trump is wrong and Trump is this and, Trump was wrong to say that. They're people. Yes, they may be people, but they have no constitutional right in this country until they are legalized as a United States citizen under the United States Constitution. Right? Listen, I don't know the Constitution from page 1 to the very last page, but I'm going to tell you right now, it says in that Constitution that our 4 founding fathers signed a few hundred years ago. Okay? And this is a fact check. Okay? Just because you sneak in this country, what right do you have under the constitutional rights of this country? Because you're in this country, you think you have rights? You think you have rights to fill out a ballot for a general election? What rights do you think you have? I mean, seriously. Twice on Tuesday, President Trump attacked California's Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom in his executive order expanding vote by mail in the state. Specifically, Trump claimed that Newsom's order would send ballots to everyone in California, including non-residents and undocumented immigrants. Hold on. Before I go any further with this story, Trump is right there. Again, what rights do these undocumented, because that's what they are, folks, they're undocumented immigrants, think they have in this general election? And that's the political weapon that the Democrats, they have been using for years against the Republicans. A political weapon to use undocumented immigrants in this country as a count in general elections in the previous election years. I mean, it's terrible. No other country in this world has these problems, or at least we don't think they have these problems like you have here in this country. And this is a big problem. This is a very big, very, very big problem. It's going to continue to be a big problem for years and years to come. More on the story here. Oh boy, I'm telling you, yeah, my listeners out there, you're gonna need a cup of coffee or maybe a glass of water to hear this, because this is crazy. I mean, what's going on is just nuts, and it gets wackier and wackier day by day. But in California, the governor sent, I hear we're sending millions of ballots all over the state. Trump said in a news conference, millions to anybody, people that aren't citizens, illegals, anybody that walks into California is going to get a ballot. Sure, because that's what California is. And that's what it's been known for in the last, 20 years, maybe probably longer than that. A sanctuary state. It's a breeding ground for illegals. They go in there, they do what they please. They get driver's license, they get food stamps, they get social aid such as public housing. Oh yeah. They love it. They love it. They thrive on it. Facts first. Trump is completely wrong. Newsom's order provides ballots only to people who are registered to vote. Non-citizens, including undocumented immigrants, are explicitly not permitted to register to vote in federal elections. That's what Gavin, Newsom has said in his executive order. Yeah. Come on. Fact check. Is that what we're going to do now? We're going to do fact check. I guarantee you can go, yeah, it might say that in the executive order, but are we going to see that in the 2020 election? Are we going to see just illegal immigrants just obey by the executive order? No, you're going to see them do it anyway, because that's what they do, because California encourages it, and so forth. Be right back after these words, guys.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Forget the frustration of picking commerce platforms when you switch your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell. With Shopify, you'll harness the same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/tech.
They have to be very careful, because the things with bundling and all of the things that are happening with votes by mail, where thousands of votes are gathered, and I'm not going to say which party does it, but thousands of votes are gathered and they come in and they're dumped in a location, and then all of a sudden you lose elections that you think you're going to win, because there's a lot of fraudulent voting going on in this country.
I can't agree anymore. Today we're talking about mail-in ballots. And the mail-in ballot leads to so much voter fraud because trust me, you think for 1 second, that these people mostly are volunteers that work in the voting registration department, so to speak. Okay, do you think that some of these volunteers that aren't getting paid, they're just doing it out of the goodness of their heart, are actually checking the ballots? No, they process the ballot, and then the ballot goes to to Washington, and then those people basically take all the state ballots from each state and they process it. Do you think some of that processing that goes through that system is actually what we call fact checked? I mean, seriously, do you think for 1 second, that this is being checked? No, it doesn't get checked. It doesn't get checked for 1 damn minute. And I know it's not getting checked. And I know that some of the ballots that were checked, which is good, in the last general election of 2016, okay, there was a lot of mail-in fraud, because, we've had, there was mail-in fraud. Were they coming from Florida mostly, coming from Texas, coming from the state of California is a big one, Pennsylvania. I've heard that we had a lot of mail-in fraud. States is New Jersey. I mean, all these states, I can go on and on and on, folks. I really can. I can go on and on and on. But, do you think for a second that the ones that weren't caught, okay, in this nick of time, that got through the system, some of these people maybe voted 2, 3, 4, 5 times over? Some of them using, like I said, dead people that don't even exist, people that are illegal, that don't even have rights in this country. People, that got in, that got through the system. It's crazy. It really is. It really is. I'm going to move along here. Talking about this other story here that I want to get onto the show here. Trump threatens to close down social media after Twitter fact checks his tweets. Yeah, that's a big thing now, fact checking. Yeah, you got to make sure what you say now. Oh, boy. Yeah, you think you live in the United States of America. You may do, but this is a different United States of America, folks. It's not the same country that your grandpaps and your great-grandpappy and your grandmother, came to on the boat, so to speak, in the early 1900s. This isn't the same America. It isn't. It isn't, because your constitutional rights are basically being stripped away. They're being stripped away in a heartbeat. Anything you say now on social media, whether it's Facebook or whether it's Twitter, don't for 1 second think it won't be looked at, because it's always going to be overlooked. Social media is now fact-checking every post and every tweet that you say, whether it's political or whether it's semi-political, because for some strange reason, social media doesn't want it announced on their platforms, and I have no idea why. The last time I checked, I thought we had freedom of speech in this country. I thought we did. I literally thought we had freedom of speech. It's really terrible, folks. Really terrible. Oh boy, but what can you do? What can you do? Doug, can you pull me up that story? Bear with me, folks, here. I want to get to the story here about the fact checking, and it also plays a big role in the mail-in ballots this year. It does, in a way. Doug, pull me up that story real quick. So we're getting into the story here. Excuse me, my editor slash partner in crime, Doug. Here, he's been a great asset here to the show. Always gives me the stories that the listeners and the viewers would like to hear on the kitchen angle. So, and also enjoying a Lipton green tea citrus. Yeah, folks, Lipton tea green. I'm telling you right now, it clears up everything. You have a little tickle in the throat, drink a Lipton. Anyways, Trump threatens to close down social media after Twitter fact checks his tweets. Republicans feel that the social media platforms totally silence conservative voices, Trump had tweeted. And this was just coming in just a few hours ago. Yeah, a few hours ago. Oh, through NDTV. Wow, they're quick, very quick. Again, Twitter labeled two of Donald Trump's tweets unsubstantially incorrect. So they fact checked the president of the United States. Twitter did this. Yeah. Oh yeah. They fact checked him. They wanted to make sure that he that he didn't get the correct information out there for you, the people. Yeah. See, if he would have said something incorrect, that's politically correct for Washington. Oh yeah. See, if the president says something positive or something correct, it makes the swamp and the establishment look like idiots, because that's what it is. That's what it is, folks. You live in a country right now where they don't want the correct information or the truth out there to be told. And I don't know about you, but in a society, I'd rather know the truth of what I'm being told, not incorrect information, right? I think I can speak for everybody on that behalf. So Trump on Wednesday, this was just a few hours ago actually, threatened to close down social media platforms after Twitter labeled two of his tweets unsubstantially incorrect and accused him, the president, of making false claims. This is Twitter. This is Twitter. Oh boy, the war that Trump is facing literally is every day. Whether it's over his tweets, whether it's over his positive information that he delivers to the American people and to the world for that matter, whether it's to do with healthcare, whether it's to do with the economy, whether it's to do with jobs that he has brought into this country, whether it has to do with just everything in general. It's just wrong. Oh, the president is doing nothing but wrong doings in this country. And that's why we have to have him out of office in November. Oh boy, I tell you. But Republicans feel that the social media platforms totally silenced conservative voices. We will strongly regulate or close them down before we can ever allow this to happen, Trump tweeted. Twitter targeted two tweets that the president posted on Tuesday in which he contended without evidence that mail-in voting would lead to fraud and a rigged election. I guess Twitter didn't like that. And the far left establishment of Washington. Under the tweets, Twitter posted a link which read, "Get the facts about the mail-in ballots, a first for the social network, which has long resisted calls to censor the U.S. president over truth-defying posts." Oh boy. Hey Doug, do we have a clip here that we can plug into the show? I think we do here. We're going to plug in this clip here about Twitter placing fact checks on the president.
Twitter on Tuesday, for the first time, prompted readers to check the facts in tweets sent by U.S. President Donald Trump, warning readers his claims about mail-in ballots were false and had been debunked by fact checkers. Trump said that mail-in balloting was, quote, substantially fraudulent and would result in a, quote, rigged election. The notification below his tweets prompts readers to, quote, get the facts about mail-in ballots. directing them to a page with news articles and information from fact-checkers debunking the claim, with the headline, quote, "Trump makes unsubstantiated claim that mail-in ballots will lead to voter fraud." The new labels are part of a move by Twitter to control the spread of misinformation.
Oh, turn this garbage off. Turn it off. Turn it off. I don't want to hear it anymore. Turn it off. Turn it off. So social media, Twitter and Facebook is turning into a get the facts straight or you can't post it on here because we're afraid that the truth will be heard and we don't want people to know the truth. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Seriously. I've never heard so much baloney, so much crap in my life. I'm serious. I mean, the clocks get turned backwards relating to my show before this episode, that we are living in a parallel universe where time goes backwards. Oh, yeah. Scientists discovered that parallel universe. So is this relating to the subject that I'm just talking about now? That are we going backwards in time? Okay, where adults are now becoming children again that have to act as children in school, where Tommy doesn't get to play with the ball. So Fred is getting upset because Fred is actually standing up for himself and saying the truth behind the matter, and the bully doesn't like it. Yeah, that's what's happening, folks. The bully doesn't like it. The bully doesn't like it. The bully doesn't like that the truth is being heard and spread across the world because it's truth. It's positive truth. Nothing but truth. It's not like the president is lying. He's not lying. If he has the truth and the people deserve to hear the truth, why can't the truth be heard? Seriously. Trump pushed back again on Wednesday, saying we can't let large-scale mail-in ballots take root in our country. It would be free on all cheating, forgery, and the theft of ballots. I totally agree. Whoever cheated the most would win. Likewise, social media, clean up your act now. Yeah, social media, clean up your act, because here is the truth behind it. You have a president that is speaking the truth, and the far left establishment cannot stand it now. They are literally the Democratic political weapon. They are there. They're like the mob. Remember the mob back in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s that ran through states like New Jersey, New York, and the Boston area, parts of Philadelphia, parts of Florida, and some towns of Tampa and Miami. They're like the mob. That the media is the mob. They run the Democratic Party. Whatever positive things that come out of the Republican Party, such as Trump, whatever Trump delivers, the mob hates it. The Democratic Party hates it because they don't have an up advantage. They are losing, folks. There is where Trump is winning. Trump is winning in that aspect. And we can get onto that in other shows ahead of this, but we're getting ahead of ourselves, folks. We're talking about the subject. You know, I have a lot of viewers that will tell me, hey, Mike, you know, you're going off subject. Listen, I'm originally from the New York State area, okay? I was born and raised in New Jersey. I speak for my mind, and I can tell you that in today's times, people are like school children. They don't want to hear the truth because it upsets them. So snowflakes out there, so to speak, they melt. What happens when snow hits a warm ground? It melts, right? So the snowflakes, they don't like that. The mob, the mainstream media, they don't like that. They can't stand it. So basically, like I said, the president also accused social media platforms of interfering in the last election, saying we saw what they attempted to do and failed in 2016. We can't let more sophisticated version of that happen again. So basically, this is what's going to happen, folks. Okay, 2020 is going to try to go back to 2016. They're going to try to interfere. Social media is going to try to overhype it. They have this new pandemic now. They can do whatever they want to do with it. They can use it as a political weapon. They can use it as, Trump. If Trump is such a good president, he made the economy so good. Look what happened now. Everybody's out at work. Blah, 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 blah. And you know what? You're going to have people, weak-minded people, believe that hype. They're going to believe that the new voice for America should be Biden because Biden can deliver what Trump tried to accomplish. Biden can try to accomplish a stronger economy and overturn this COVID-19 pandemic and make everybody happy again. And ha, 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 ha. And that will be the biggest ha ha to this country that this country probably will ever see. Folks, we cannot let a far left establishment ruin this country. If you like what you had for the last 2.5 years before this ridiculous pandemic, which it's overhyped, and I can tell you it's overhyped because this pandemic is very overhyped. I believe that this pandemic is nothing but the common cold. Okay. And you have weak-minded people that will actually believe that this is a brand new thing. This is a brand new virus. This is and it is. And people will believe it. And people will be like, oh, we wear masks now. We have to social distance ourselves. We have to stay 6 feet away. We have to practice social distancing. We have to wash our hands, cover our mouths, and we can't sneeze and we can't talk in front of people. Birthday parties, we can't blow the candles out. We have to use a paper plate. Folks, what the hell happened to this country? Seriously. Has America reformed its society and democracy? I surely hope not. I surely hope not, because you are seeing the breeding of a brand new America right now. You are seeing socialism at its finest. And I can tell you right now, if you write the words social distance, any common person that has half intelligence on their brains will understand what social distance really means and what it defines. And folks, social distance is nothing but a modern word of socialism in this country, and it is tearing this country apart. So basically, before being elected in 2016, Trump built his political brand by supporting the birther lie that Barack Obama, America's first black president, was not born in the United States and therefore was not eligible to vote. That conspiracy theory has been going on for years. We'll never know. We'll never know. So, with that being said, folks, I want to close out today's show. Hope everyone enjoyed today's show. Got a little heated on the mail-in ballots. But, folks, I'm telling you right now, we can't allow these crazy scenarios to continue. Because I'm telling you right now, if you believe or continue to believe the hype that the far left establishment is trying to orchestrate here, folks, I'm sorry. You're just as naive than they are. That being said, folks, thank you very much for joining into today's show. And for all my new listeners out there, thank you very much for joining the Kitchen Angle Nation of Army, so to speak, of what we've been calling it. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot, guys.
Nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
You just heard an episode of the Kitchen Angle Show, an Anchor podcast.